Hi friends, welcome to my channel. This is Domino. He decided to say hi here right as we went live. So yes, this is a pretty common occurrence on these lives where the cats just jump up because this is actually their chair. So I'm invading their space and they want to be on this chair. But yeah, this is Domino and Sherman just walked by. So say hi, Domino. You look petrified. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna set you down. So thanks for joining today. Oh gosh, there's cat hair. Today we're going to be discussing Ruin and Rising, which is the third book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And well, I said discussing, but we're actually just kicking off, starting to read it. So we aren't quite discussing it at this point yet. But we are going to kick off reading this book today. We might have some discussions about Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm, but today is primarily kicking off reading Ruin and Rising together. So, yes. So, if you're here, go ahead, say hi in the comments. I'd love to chat with you. If you have any questions about the Shadow and Bone trilogy, I am a endless wealth of knowledge for no reason. So, feel free to ask me any questions you may have. But the first thing I want to talk about is the Shadow and Bone trilogy trailer. Hi, Callum. Thanks for joining. I just need to talk about this trailer because it came out, what was it, like Tuesday? Maybe last week? I can't even remember. But it looks phenomenal. I can't wait to watch the Netflix show with everyone. I'm going to be having a Netflix party, so stay tuned for that April 23rd. I'm debating if I should have it at midnight when it releases or if I should do it during the day when it's more convenient with people's schedules. The whole system here is shaking because Sherman decided to jump on the table that I'm currently using for the laptop here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Shadow and Bone trailer. I just need to geek out about it with everyone, so please type your comments so we can chat about it together. Initial thoughts, what you think it's going to be budget-wise, or what you think, do you think it's going to be pretty in tune with the books, or do you think they're going to stray from the books at all? And if so, what might they do differently from the books? What are your favorite characters that you've seen? What are your expectations? I just want to know everything. Callum, not enough Zoya content for me though. See, Zoya was fun. I don't know. I'm just like very hesitant in my feelings about Zoya because of the first two books, but I know why you like Zoya. I do think she came through really nice in Siege and Storm, so I will give her that. But Genya is probably my favorite, other than Nikolai is like the best. Nikolai will always be my favorite, but I think Genya is my second favorite from the Shadow and Bone trilogy itself. I'm interested to see how they incorporate the two stories together because in my mind, one happens before the other. Nicole, yes, you are correct. Shadow and Bone in the canon timeline takes place 2 years before the Six of Crows events. However, the Six of Crows element of the Netflix series is going to be a prequel to what is happening in Six of Crows. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be like how Kaz and Inej and Jesper met, and then also how Nina and Matthias met. That's my idea because you see Nina and Matthias in that like icy kind of setting, which reminds me of where Matthias is from. So I think it's when they meet, and then also when the Crows, like the original Jesper, Inej, Kaz meet, and I think it's like the prequels. And then maybe season 2 or season 3 will get the events of Six of Crows itself. So I think that's how they're doing the two timelines together, if that makes sense. I'm very invested in this. So But yeah, that's my thoughts, and I'm really excited because in Six of Crows, I forget if it's Six of Crows or King of Scars, they do like they tell Nina and Matthias's backstory, and it's a really cute story. So I'm excited to see that play out. And I'm interested to see if we get to see how Nina gets to where she is in Six of Crows. We haven't gotten to Six of Crows in this read along yet, so I don't want to do any spoilers. This is a reread for the read along for me. I know Lee Bardugo said somewhere that if we get a season 2, then that is when we will meet Wylan. I think it's also when we'll meet Nikolai. I think she said that as well. So we better get a season 2 or I'm rioting. Honestly, I think like if you look at the trailer statistics, like analytics on YouTube, it's over like 2 million views already just for the teaser trailer. And the budget looks phenomenal. The setting, I think they shot in Hungary, and it's like directors from like Stranger Things and Love, Simon, and the like what is it called? Costumers. One of them was Thor's costumer and the Thor movies, like the Marvel Thor movies. So it's got a really good budget, and I do think it'll do well. So I'm like fairly confident we'll get a season 2. But like I said, if we don't get a season 2, I'm rioting. Do you guys think that the characters look like how you read them as? Like, I saw someone say that they thought the Darkling would look younger, but I personally think that the Darkling looks exactly how I pictured him. I pictured Elena to look a little more sickly in the beginning and then transition into where she's at now, if that makes sense. I will say that, but I love Jessie, so I'm excited to see Jessie's work. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm like getting all hyped up. I love talking about this trailer. First time I watched it, I was sobbing. Callum can concur to that because I sent pictures of me sobbing over this trailer. I didn't read the books until I saw all of the cast members, so you basically like knew what they looked like going into it. That's kind of an interesting. That was me with yes, I saw the picture there where she is. That was me with I'm reading Dragon Ball manga and watching the Dragon Ball anime, and I think I watched a few episodes of the anime before reading the manga, which really helped how to hear the characters' voices in my head. There was a few characters I met in the manga before I watched the episode, and I was like, that is not at all how I expected their voice to sound, like specifically Oolong, if you've ever watched Dragon Ball. I was not expecting him to be like an old man sound. I don't know. But yeah, what is your favorite part of the trailer? I know, I'm just going to keep going on about the trailer. I'm sorry. Personally, oh gosh, I don't even know. I really liked when we got to see the skiffs, because I always imagined the skiffs as these like flat, like small, maybe not small, but like the size of a like motorboat, flat with like one stick and a sail and then like railings, and that's how I imagine the skiffs. So to see them as like these giant like almost cruise-esque ships, I don't even know. I do think they were flat in the book, so I think I got that right in my head, but they were way bigger than I ever imagined. But the effects were really cool, particularly the effect of the sun going out with like the light spreading everywhere. It gave me vibes from like the big Expecto Patronum moment in the third movie, Harry Potter, if you know what I'm talking about, like that light flashing everywhere. My favorite part was probably the brief glimpses we got of the crows. I know, absolute chills. Six of Crows is the thing that got me back into reading. So seeing this come to life and seeing Kaz and Inej and Jesper and Nina and Matthias, I'm getting goosebumps just like thinking about it right now. I wish my laptop had better definition so you could actually see. The shadow fold looks amazing. Yes, it does. It looks so much better than I pictured it in my head. I don't know why it's just like this black cloud. I mean, it is kind of that, but it's almost alive in the trailer, which I really like. Yeah. So I'll finally move on from the trailer. I've already been talking about it for like 10 minutes, but I could honestly keep going about it. But let's go into Ruin and Rising. So what are your thoughts? What are your expectations going into this third book? So this is going to be spoilers for Siege and Storm because we are doing a read along. So if you are watching this, I'm expecting you to have read the first two books. So Siege and Storm, the ending. Wow. We find out that Alina has lost her powers. So what do you guys think? Is Alina going to regain her powers in Ruin and Rising? Do you think we're going to see her? I don't know. Like, what do you think? I mean, I know, but I'm curious what you guys think. So yeah, do you think she's going to regain her powers? What do you think will happen to Genya? Because we find out that Genya betrayed Alina in Shadow and Bone, and then in the second book, we find out that Genya was basically like mauled and is disfigured now. Not disfigured, that's a bad word. Like I don't even know. She's got just like scratches and like horrible scars, and gets taken back by her friends essentially. So I'm curious to see what you guys think of her. This is my first reread of Ruin and Rising, so I'm looking forward to finding out all of the foreshadowing throughout the book. Yes, that has been a really fun element for me during this read along, is seeing like the little hints that lead to what's going to happen and seeing it play out in the end for the second time. And then in Siege and Storm, we also find out that there is a third amplifier, the Firebird. Do you guys think she's going to find the Firebird? Do you think she's going to become evil? Do you think she's going to regain her powers with the Firebird? Do you think she's going to give up because she doesn't have powers anymore? What do you think is going to happen? Callum, you were the carrier of this conversation. I'm so proud of you. I will say, going into it, I was pretty sure we were going to get an element of Alina getting her powers back. And I did think that she was going to end up with someone different than she does in Ruin and Rising. I'm not going to give any reaction to that so I don't spoil who it is. I also thought she might go evil with the third amplifier and then come back to the good side. I don't know. Well, you see, I already know what's going to happen. Yeah, so do I. I'm still... What did you think before you read it the first time was going to happen? Yeah. Like I said, I thought that she might go evil, and I thought that Genya might play a bigger role in things. I thought we would get more elements of Zoya and David, just like the more side characters throughout the series. I thought they'd start playing a bigger role in the third book because there's only so many Grisha left. It's not like an army anymore. I think there's only 6 left at this point. So I thought those couple people would play more of an element. First time, I was really interested to see how she gets her powers back if that happened. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was like her powers actually got taken away or if it was more of a grief element. I wasn't sure how she lost them. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's like she actually got her powers taken away because she used them all up, or the Darkling took them from her, or do you think it was more of like a anxiety kind of batting down her power, kind of like how we found out she had powers in the first place, she was able to push them down and was just like shutting them out. Also, I'm just flipping to the back here, and the fan art in this is beautiful. I would show it to you, but it is kind of spoilery. But if you have this edition, check out the fan art in the back after you read the book. It's really nice. First time I read, I was really happy with the ending and who she ended up with at the end, but I think I'm going to have different thoughts this time around, so we shall see. Have I influenced your opinion on a certain person, Cal? Yeah, there's 2 people I really don't like and one I really did like. But honestly, it's kind of like my feelings with Katniss and Peeta versus Gale. I think Katniss would have been better off not being with either of them. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I didn't think either of the guys were good for Katniss in the Hunger Games. So it's kind of like that with me. I didn't think any of the 3 guys was really a good fit for her in Shadow and Bone. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the Darkling is obviously evil. Mal is just like kind of abusive in his own way, or like toxic is a better word. Only likes her when she's at her worst. And then Nikolai, they have a good friendship, but I don't think it would ever be romantic. It would be more of a political thing. I think you might have. I have only one character I hate and 2 I loved the first time. Now one of the ones I loved, I'm a little lukewarm about. Yeah. The 2 I hated, I just hate more. And then the one I loved, I just love more. But the first time around, I really shipped them together. And the second time around, I see more of how it's not a good fit for Alina. All right, well, I think that's enough chatter. Let's go into a reading sprint of Ruin and Rising. We'll do a 15-minute, just quick little sprint here. It looks like it's 3:17. I'm going to set my alarm for 15 minutes and mute my audio here. And let's see how far we can get into Ruin and Rising today. I'm just now starting the book, so this will be, well, it's a reread for me, but it's just my first time. I haven't read any before today's live show, so I have my alarm set for 15 minutes, muting, and let's go into a reading sprint. All right, it has been 15 minutes. I made it. Where'd my bookmark go? I made it 19 pages in to Ruin and Rising so far. How far did you guys make it? Did you actually read Ruin and Rising? Just pick up a different book for now. Hello, Red Barn Finds. Nice to see you here. While reading this, I was reminded of something that Callum said. Whenever he reads the Apparat, he thinks of the Marvel character in Endgame that it's like a villain and people call him Squidward, and I'm cracking up at the thought, and now I can't unsee it, and now every time I read the word Apparat, I just picture that character as well. You only got 11 pages in. That's okay, I'm a fast reader. I think it starts, oh, never mind. It does start at like 1. Sometimes if you read a book, it will count like this would be 1, the title page, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth, so that when you get to the actual first page, you're like 6 pages in already. But this one does start at 1, so never mind. But are you enjoying it so far if you have started reading it? Also, do you think that the Apparat is evil, morally gray, or good? Well, let me know. But yeah, I'm excited to see more about the Firebird and if they capture it or not. And I'm excited to see what happened to Nikolai. Did he survive the attack? All those good things. Very excited. So that is pretty much all I had for the Ruin and Rising. But I also wanted to talk about Lives of Saints. Have you guys been reading the Lives of Saints at all? It's that new kind of compendium of short stories told about the saints in the Grishaverse. If you haven't started it, I think I said this in the last live show, but I would recommend that you pick it up at the end of Ruin and Rising. You could probably read it throughout Ruin and Rising as long as you read the last story after Ruin and Rising, because it gives away what happens to Alina. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the Lives of Saints. The illustrations are gorgeous, and there's a Saint Nikolai in there, and I was like, is this Nikolai? And I was like, no, it's not Nikolai, but his story is really cute. I like to think that Squidward is trying to do the best he can for the people of Ravka. I don't think he has loyalty to anyone else. Yeah. Do you think he's trying to do the best for the people of Ravka, or do you think, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it, or do you think he's loyal to him? Obviously he's loyal to himself, but do you think he's loyal for the good of the people or for selfish reasons? And then I also wanted to share with you the schedule for the Ruin and Rising read-along this month. Obviously, today was the kickoff of the Ruin and Rising read. Next Tuesday, March 9th, I'm going to be hosting reading sprints around probably noon Eastern Standard Time on my Twitter page, so stay tuned for those. On the 14th, I will be doing another live show, so I'll probably do it for, let's see how many pages this book is. It's 417 pages long, so I'll probably do 200 pages into it and talk about up to page 200. Competition this month. So the 17th will be the competition for post on Twitter, Instagram, wherever, hashtag Mythical Grishaverse, and the theme, because last month, I skipped last month's theme by accident because I didn't do any live shows. So let's go with last month's theme. It was inspired by Valentine's Day. What part of this series do you love, or what do you love about this series, or the Grishaverse as a whole? put it in an Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever, just hashtag mythical Grishaverse so that I can check it out. And at the end of this whole read along, it ends in July. I will be picking one winner to get a book of their choice that they don't have that is still available for like purchase, as well as some Six of Crows and goodies. It's like a little swag pack. And then there's a Six of Crows apparel out there. I'll buy you a shirt as well in your size. So yeah, pretty cool giveaway. That won't be the winning decided till July, as I said, but you can get in as many things as you want. Just hashtag mythical Grishaverse, as I said. The 20th is my birthday, so I won't be doing anything that day or that weekend, really. So the 22nd, which is a Monday, I'll be hosting another round of reading sprints on Twitter. I want to think it's for the good of the people. I have no recollection whatsoever as to what happens to him at the end of the book, so I'm excited to see what happens again. I don't know what happened to him either, honestly. I guess he wasn't important enough to remember. I don't know. But it'll be hard to forget Squidward this time. 26, I'm going to be posting a reading vlog inspired by the Grishaverse on my channel. And then 30th will be, Tuesday the 30th will be our Ruin and Rising wrap-up live show. So we're going to be discussing the book. I think they have like book club questions at the end of these books, so I might read some of those. So that'll be fun. No one remembers Squidward. I remember like actual Squidward from SpongeBob, only like obviously for SpongeBob reasons, but like the thing that irks me the most about him is how wrong he plays the clarinet, and not badly. Like obviously we get the joke that he plays it badly, but like you're supposed to hold it like this, and he holds it like a freaking trumpet. So yeah, but that is the schedule for March. I will put it in the description down below so that you guys can check it out. Tomorrow I'm going to be posting my March TBR because I can never seem to get that up on time. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And yeah, let me know what you're reading, what you're planning to do this weekend. I'm going to go see Chaos Walking. I think that's what it's called. It's got Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley and Nick Jonas and them on it. Let me see. Pulling out my ticket to see what it's called. I think it's called Chaos Walking. I have no idea what it's about, but I've seen trailers for it everywhere, and I'm just dying to like get out of an apartment. So Chaos Walking. Yeah, it looks really good. Like here's the poster for it. Looks pretty cool. But that is all for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you being here. I'll see you again on March 14th. So see ya in 9 days. And that's all. Bye, friends.